Hello, hello, hello. Today is Wednesday, January 18th, 2023, episode number 247. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you know when we go live. You're in the litter box with Jules and Catturd. Hey there, Cat. How are ya?
Hey, hey, hey.
How goes it?
It's Wednesday. It seems like Saturday now. I can't get it together this week. It seems like it's later than it is.
I know. We have those weeks.
Because of the holiday thing,
It's true.
the Monday.
Well, and especially with what you do. I mean, you go to and from your post office, I'm sure, quite a bit with all these orders. Those pink beanies, I'm just happy to know that you have those back in stock because I have had so many people ask me about those. And I'm constantly saying you just have to check his website. ilovecatturd.com. You just have to check that because you're really good about putting up there when you're sold out. And I said, you will know first before I do if you just check there. So anyway, now that that's out of the way, I have some really, really pretty good news so far, but I want to just announce it because a very dear friend of mine and all of yours, Fleet Admiral James, he's in the middle of a triple bypass heart surgery right now. And as you all know, he helps me out on this show and pulls a lot of the articles for me. He is the curator of all of that. And he is doing good, another hour or so, and he will hopefully be finished with the surgery, and they will move him into the ICU recovery. So I will let you know when I get the word that it's over. But for now, just continue to keep him in your prayers because he is very special to all of us. I know you all feel the same. So anyway, we've got all kinds of things going on. That's a third person I have in the hospital right now. So I'm spending a lot more time there than I really want to.
And you're a germaphobe too. So you have to get out and scrub in the shower. No.
You got that right. As soon as I walk through my door, everything goes off and I run to that shower and I'm like, please get whatever that is off.
Did you see NBC was saying that, I'm not sure how true it is because it's NBC, but they're saying Trump's going to start tweeting.
I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. We told them when they were on the show,
maybe
Devin
they listened to
Nunes
us.
And Cash Patel.
Yeah, last Friday they were like, well, he's probably not going to tweet. And we were like, no, he's got to tweet. Even if it's one time, he's got to tweet. If you're going to run, if he didn't have to run, if he wasn't running for president, I'd say don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But if you're going to, this is a digital age and running for president, that, it's digital time and every little bit helps. And when you go on and tweet on something in Twitter, you know how much bigger Twitter is than all the other ones. It's just that, it's sad but true. But it's like they pay hundreds of millions of dollars for advertisement. That's free advertisement to millions and millions and millions of people.
Oh boy.
You have to do it. You have to.
If you're running for president, like you said, absolutely you do. That's not even a brainer there. No, you have to. There's no question. You've got other sides that you have to reach, including independents. Not only do you have the warriors of social media platforms that are out there every single day, like you and me, trying to spread the news and all that knowledge, but we have got to get it over there to independents, Democrats, and everybody else. The world has got to wake up to the handful of lies that President Trump has been warning everybody about. And they have been able to get away with this up to this point. They took over these platforms. That is what the Twitter files is exposing. They've all been conned.
Elon Musk has done more for freedom of speech and to expose what's really going on in our government than I don't even know the Republican and Democrat Party in the last 40 years combined.
That's right. That is exactly right. And you want to talk about a meltdown. I cannot wait until
oh my God, Rob Reiner. He's like 100 years old and his whole entire life. Think about it. From the time you get up, the time you go to bed, is tweeting about Trump. Trump's going to be indicted. Trump's got to go to jail. It's not healthy, dude. Go make a movie. Seriously. Relax, take in a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out.
Exactly.
This is not healthy, man. You need a straitjacket. It's pitiful.
It is. It really is. They have gone completely wild over the whole thing. But see, that is what's happening in America's corporations, too. You know, the whole philosophy, go woke, go broke, right? And it's because you've got 3% of these companies with their employees that get into an outrage and start these different things in the companies and corporations. And they think that this makes up the majority because they're so loud and they're so obnoxious and they're activists is what they are. And people are finally starting to wake up to this game. Nothing is real. You saw what happened with COVID. You saw exactly the messages that were distorted. Now you're finding out all of the harmful effects. Well, I'm sorry, too late for a lot of people. And the news media, they are completely to blame for all of this, because they took their marching orders from these people, got paid a whole lot of money to push this stuff, and look at what's happening right now. We're watching mass genocide as a result. People are every single day are having an adverse reaction to the vaccination.
Even if you don't die.
That's right.
So what they did was they inflated the numbers times hundreds or 1,000 of the actual deaths, and then they're trying to hide the vaccine injury.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
just and then what they realize, what they don't realize is, because they live in a bubble, but the CDC is over. I mean, nobody will ever trust them again. The problem with that is you need a CDC. You need an honest, non-political CDC who has real scientists and real doctors and real whatever in there trying to save people from infectious diseases. And then it's non-political, has nothing to do with the government. I mean, of course they're a government organization, but it has nothing to do with politics at all. None.
It shouldn't.
They're trying to save lives. But man, that little elf, evil Fauci, they've destroyed the CDC and the FDA and scientists and everything. They destroyed it forever. I don't know if anybody will ever. The CDC can come out. I don't care what they say. I could care less. I assume everything they say is a lie, because that's all they've done for the last 3 years is lie. That's it. Everything they say is a lie.
Oh boy. I mean, the harm they have done to the world is unbelievable. I don't even know where to begin with all of this, because there's not going to be an end. I don't think in my lifetime, people my age have gotten the vaccination. They're having reactions now to it. I know people that are having these reactions, and it's not good. And so, this is just an example of how they allowed politics to take over the narrative and to take over people's welfare, their health. That's the one thing that they did. And they did many other things too, but that was one of the biggest things I can't imagine how people are going to live with this.
And exempt themselves from the vaccine mandate. Congress.
I know it. There is so much.
Think about that. I mean, the nerve of these people.
Well, now they're having to come back out, and us conspiracy theorists that were warning against this thing from the beginning. Well, CNN political hack finally admits the U.S. has been vastly overcounting the COVID deaths and hospitalization.
We've been saying it from day
We've been saying it over and over again. You also have a New York City judge overturns healthcare worker vaccine mandate, rules Governor Kathy Hochul and state's health department overstepped their authority. Oh, you think?
You think?
I mean, you've got COVID 3 times after vaccine. I should be happy. Haven't had a stroke yet. Pro golfer Hank Haney discusses the COVID vaccine and his continued illness. I mean, what else needs to happen here before they stop?
Yeah, stop giving it.
Yes.
I mean, what's going to happen if you stop giving it? It doesn't work anyway.
Exactly.
Does it stop transmissions? No. Did they say it did? Yes. Does it stop you from getting COVID? No. Did they say it did? Yes. It's just all a big lie. How can people continue to take this? Now the new boosters, you're number 6 now?
Oh my gosh.
You tested on 3 mice, a cricket, and a and a
kangaroo. I mean, a
buffalo and a worm.
And these people are the ones that actually will have a conversation with you. Some of them are so brainwashed, at least in my area in Hollywood, and when this whole thing first came out, to where they would say things like, I trust the government. And they would look me in the eye with complete conviction. And I would say, really? Without knowing what's in this, without any information, you're just going to blindly trust the government. Okay. And I don't know what to do with those conversations now because I'm not going to rub it in. I want them to get all the help that they can possibly get and everything else. But at this point, wow. I mean, you've got Ron Johnson, who I'm so impressed with. He says the first step here is exposure so we can actually have accountability. You've got Senator Ron Johnson discussing the COVID cartel and the Nuremberg trials openly. It's got to happen. You have to have it.
It needs to happen.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. This was the Great Reset. The global warming, the fake global warming people, the people that are the WEF now, they're trying to control the world. They want chips in your brains. They want to tell you everything to eat. They want you eating crickets.
Gosh.
And global warming didn't work because really nobody believes it past their bubble. And so, boy, they got a hold of this COVID, and you saw them come out. Australia, all the leaders in Australia were communists. New Zealand, communists. Canada, communists. No different than us now. Joe Biden, communist. They all got stuck in there. And so they're all trying to mandate this stuff. And it's bad. And it was and from the beginning, I mean, even when Trump was saying, just give it 2 weeks, I'll say not 2 seconds, much less 2 weeks. Am I going to lock down? I'm not giving away my freedoms for 2 weeks. You're crazy.
I will.
Your government have my
that.
freedoms. I'm no wink, wink in 2 weeks exactly. When the clock strikes midnight, you'll say, "Here's all your freedoms back, Catturd."
Oh
yeah, right.
My gosh, I remember that. Actually, we were on the show and you came on kicking and screaming saying this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. You can't do it. It will never go back to normal. We will never revert. Look at what happened with 9/11. Just take that for an example. It only got worse. It only allowed the government to spy on you even more than they already were.
They used 9/11, that tragedy, to spy on everybody.
That's right. And now
it's ridiculous. Homeland Security, just what we need. Another agency that's huge bureaucratic agency that never gets fired, never gets elected, trying to control everything we do. That's just what we need. Another bureaucracy, bloated, that never ends.
You got that right. I mean, look at this. Look at the results of all of this. The FAA quietly indicates that U.S. pilots' hearts have been damaged after taking the vaccines because they have to take all these physicals. So now it's starting to show up and they're not able to fly anymore. What are you going to do with that group of people? My goodness.
They're not the rich people. They only want unvaccinated pilots now after all that. And they're just like, and I'm sorry, I'm into forgiveness and all that. But, I am not, a preacher, and I'm not some holy man. Mm-hmm. I'm not the Dalai Lama.
Right.
So you don't get to call me a murderer, and you're a murderer, and you this and that, and a scourge. And hey, you all need to be jailed, and I hope you all die, and I'll make fun of you if you die. You don't get to do that to me and then try to mask, scream at everybody if the one nose hole's wrong on your mask on an airplane. You don't get to do that for 3 years and then get proven 100% wrong and then have me not completely annihilate you online.
I know. What do you think is going to happen?
So just because how can you forgive some people that don't say they're sorry?
Well, that's the thing. But here's the deal.
You know what I mean?
For those people that are wearing those masks, I'm going to go ahead and assume that you have gotten the jab and you are vaccinated. So I appreciate the fact that you are wearing it so that I'm protected from you. That's the conversation that I want to have with people that wouldn't get into the elevator with me because I wasn't wearing a mask and everything else that happened as a result. They alienated us. We weren't allowed into restaurants. You weren't allowed to shop in stores here. All of this stuff was happening. You had to show your COVID cards. There was actually an underground movement of fake IDs.
Here comes the Karens with no purpose in life. You better wear that mask.
They haven't stopped.
There was people jogging on the beach by themselves, and cops were going through the sand trying to chase them down and arrest them. It's crazy.
My gosh.
They threw people to the ground. They arrested people.
Yes.
The good, honest, hardworking people who's had restaurants in their families since the 40s and 50s. They were shutting them down, coming in there trying to be, and all this is illegal. Nobody has the authority to do this under our Constitution.
No, they do not.
None of it.
No.
You can't just say, I'm the governor. all healthcare workers have to get jab. I'm the governor. I'm firing all these people. You just can't do it. You have no authority to do that.
Oh my gosh. It's
And
just
so don't give it to them
insanity.
is the lesson.
It is true. And here's the thing. I mean, there was like all these people that would approach me that didn't want to get the vaccination and knew I was opposed to it. And they were like, "Well, I can get you a fake ID." I'm like, "Are you kidding? Are we back to fake IDs?" I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, really? You know somebody in a hospital that can put my name on a list that says that I've gotten the vaccination? No, I don't want that in there either, because then they're going to misdiagnose me. No, I just want to, I want this whole thing to stop. This madness has got to stop. There is enough information out there right now where people know, do not do it. If you haven't, then you're lucky. If you have, you may have to figure out what else is going to happen as a result of this. I hope, I'm praying for the best for everybody, but they were sold a bill of goods by this government, and I am just, I'm destroyed over the whole thing. I know so many people that are dealing with this now as a result. People I haven't talked to in forever. So, yes, a report from the FAA admits that the EKGs of pilots are no longer normal. This report has been hidden by the FAA. Now,
Unbelievable.
yes, it is. And you've got Bill Gates and all these others that were in charge of this huge push. And now all of a sudden they're trying to situate themselves into being the global powers. No, you need to be arrested at this point, and you need to be tried if you were behind all of this. These are the
So
very people we should be afraid of.
this was on the Jason Whitlock show, and a guy named Ken Rutgers, and he said, my wife went down, took the shot, and by the next day, her lymph nodes were swollen, tingling on her scalp, and eventually moved to her face. So we went to urgent care. A neurologist we saw said, let's have you take the second shot and see how that goes.
Can you imagine? These people are trying to speak with sense. They're actually saying these things out loud with confidence. I cannot even believe that.
Remember that that actress that was in Canada, and her face was like totally Bell's palsy, and her whole face was on one side was completely like Justin Bieber, completely lost the feeling, droop.
Yes.
And she was like, I know this is happening, but it's worth it to protect my grandfather. What are you talking about? You're not protecting anybody. You're ruining your life.
Oh,
You're ruining your life. Your health is gone. You're young. It's over. It's over. It's over for you. You're already getting weird symptoms, man. You're in the hospital. You're like, I'm going to the doctor, and I hadn't been right for a year. Now my face is paralyzed, and but I would do it all over again. What's wrong with you? You should be. Why are you not mad as hell? If the government told me this was safe, and my face was paralyzed, I had no feeling in my right side, I lost my hearing. I had no health. I couldn't breathe good anymore. I mean, you think I'm not? Why are you mad at us? We're the one trying to warn you.
Oh boy, and they are really trying to blame it on everything else but the jab. And these are just,
yeah,
this isn't normal.
didn't you hear it? People eating beans will give you a heart attack in about 30 years old. Yeah.
I mean, you've got sudden unexplained death in childhood debated in UK Parliament for the first time. This is a very serious issue. And because of these fools, people are dying. Their health, they're going to have to take medication, or they're going to have to be skeptical of everything from this point forward. And this is all the government's doing. All of it. And they pushed it, and the media pushed it, and then they lied to people, and then they covered up reports. It's just like everything else. I'm sorry, I'm not holding back anymore. Nope.
I bet 90% of the people didn't even take it. All the big ones, the big wigs, all the government officials went up there, and cameras were going off, and they were like getting a needle. I bet all that was B12 shot. I don't believe it one bit.
Oh my goodness, no. Absolutely not. Don't you find it amazing that you don't have anybody up there that has had any issues as a result? I mean, how come it's just we the people that are experiencing all this stuff, us normies, so to speak, that are dealing with all of this? I mean, but I saw that one coming, and you saw that one coming. We knew the whole thing was a scam, and it all happened right before the election. It was planned, and just like the election was stolen, they used that to steal it. It was a planned event.
And they won't stop. They won't stop. The CDC is just, and Fauci was involved in this gain of function. And what happened when, our 51st state, Ukraine, which has been a big money. Why do you think our both parties are so pissed and so trying to get involved in the war? Because that was their money laundering slush fund state, the poorest state in Europe, Ukraine. What did they discover? They lied about it. They banned people on Twitter for saying there were biolabs, American-run biolabs all over Ukraine. Putin said it. And then they were like, oh, you're just a Putin puppet if you say that. Then they come out, our State Department, and admitted it. What are you doing over there? Why is there 20 biolabs all over Ukraine? Why are you going in there and messing with shit and trying to create diseases that might escape? Stop screwing with viruses in labs. Well, that's what gets me. Well, what we do is we got to create it in case it ever occurs naturally. Then we'll already have a vaccine for it. Hey, it's
do you know how ridiculous that is?
It's only there because you created it. It wouldn't be there. No, what you're doing is you're creating stuff so you can create the vaccine. And then you leak it out, and then you make $1 trillion.
Oh, no. It does not take a lot of sense to realize what this is. I mean, perfectly explained, Kat. It's repulsive, but they have been doing this nonstop. They have completely been gaslighting the American people. But it's not just about this issue. It's about everything, which leads us into our today's show title, which is Staged Arrest Greta.
Did you see that?
Wow.
They put out all the films that were just talking to the cops, and here it goes. We're going to arrest you.
Oh, my word. And the Oscar for the most flagrantly staged production goes to Greta Thunberg's arrest video. Yeah. This is
the little idiot.
Uh-huh.
The little moron.
Yes.
Oh, you can't say that. She's 16. She's like 23 now. Stop it.
Sorry. No. She's going to get everything she's been dishing for quite some time now. Yeah, there's going to be some pushback.
The dish it out, but we can't touch them because they're precious. Like AOC. Remember, they used to ban people. AOC is the most hideous. All she does is call you a Nazi, a murderer, a terrorist. And then if and somebody says something to me, oh, you're trying to mansplain. Oh, she plays a victim. What? Speaking of fake arrest, remember her invisible handcuff arrest not too long ago?
Yeah. This is
the invisible handcuff arrest. Yeah, she acted like she had handcuffs on and there wasn't nothing there.
Well,
they do this all the time.
All
folks.
The time.
All these staged.
Yes. Every single last bit of it. And it's so sad that there are people that are still falling for these tricks. So yes, you've got Greta, who I played the video of when she had been detained by police yesterday. Well, today I'm going to show you the great stage arrest. Check it out. Laughing, giggling, having a wonderful time. Yeah, they're all there, just ready for their big close-up so that they can fool everybody. It's ridiculous. And then it's like 3, 2, 1. Somebody's sitting there and they're going to give her the nod. And then the cameras turn on and then away they go. Boom. Just nothing but propaganda.
She sailed there too in a schooner by herself, man, within 20, 30-foot seas, just so she didn't use any fossil fuels. That was the funniest one. Greta, 16 years old, who travels the world in a schooner in 30-foot seas.
Isn't that crazy?
And then docks just so she don't use fossil fuels.
Oh, please.
How dare you?
Oh, blah, blah, blah. No more blah, blah, blah.
No more blah, blah, blah. Man, your 15 minutes is up, moron.
It's been up.
Yeah, lame brain. Exit stage right.
Yeah. Well, then you've got Bill Gates, okay, because he's part of this whole group. I mean, you've got the WEF, the World Economic Forum, going on right now. Well, Anderson Cooper or Scooper or whoever you want to identify this clown as, had an interview with him, and they're talking about, he confronts him about his highest greenhouse footprint. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Can you imagine what kind of a dumbass to believe that? I'm using plant-based jet fuel. Yeah,
oh,
man. It's like four
sure.
million gallons when they fill
Mm.
up. I'm just like, yeah, it's real cool, man. You take some grass and some bushes, you put it in here. It's like Willy Wonka, man, and you push a little button and on the other end, hey, it's a jet fuel, man. High power jet
Oh,
fuel. Pour it on in 1,000,000 gallons on three
I,
blades of grass.
what
Man,
is
this is
happening? What
and
is
then I got a thing, and it shoots the jet fuel, and my carbon footprints, it just shoots it down in the earth. Boom, and just core. I just like do a core sample, and boom, it's down in the earth.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's almost like illegal distilling, right? I mean, it's kind of like moonshining with the elite way. That's how they're trying to explain all of this. No, it's not ironic. It's called being a hypocrite. It's hypocritical that you've got the
It's
largest,
ironic.
and he's using the word ironic. No, that's called hypocritical. This is, you're a
That
hypocrite, is what you
that's
are.
what Al Gore used to say. He was only worth like $2 million when he started this, and he ended up being worth $500 million by selling carbon credits. Where, oh well, if you feel guilty, you can buy carbon credits, and these people will go out and plant trees. Like they'll add up all your thing, you send them $10,000, $50,000, and they'll go plant $50,000 with a tree in your name, and that'll offset it. And that's how he got rich, selling them. And I guarantee he didn't plant any trees. He just how that money's coming in. I mean,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? I mean,
I
this just
know.
it's just a scam for morons.
And
No,
people actually fall
and
for
he
it.
don't believe in climate change. None of the people there, just so you know, they don't believe in climate change.
Mm-mm.
They didn't believe in the COVID the COVID narrative either. They don't believe in none of that stuff. They believe in power and money
They want to take
and
over.
control.
You've got Klaus Schwab, who's not making a secret out of any of it. I mean, he is saying point blank, America will no longer be ruled, not ruled, but directed by the USA. That it will be run by companies like BlackRock and Bill Gates and their industry partners. I
Yeah,
kid you
good luck with that.
not. And you
We're
got
gonna be
Ray
run
up
by
there.
we the people, and there
That's
ain't
it.
nothing you rich little snobs and you arrogant little snobs gonna do about it.
Oh boy, so here he is talking about this. He's not even making a secret of it. Now, our founding fathers would have had a real problem with a lot of people in our government going to some kind of thing like this where they are openly talking about taking over the world. But there they all sit. Here's
Who
Klaus
will
Schwab.
really command the fourth industrial revolution and its technology like artificial intelligence?
What's your sense of who's best placed at this time to lead the world into the fourth industrial revolution? Because you pretty much created this term. We're seeing the kind of technological strides that China has made with Huawei, with the 5G technology. Do you believe that this could potentially be China's time once again?
We should make here again let's say a differentiation. On the one hand, we have state capitalism. On the other hand, we have shareholder or private capitalism. So it's a clash between two systems. I believe that state capitalism in the short term provides certain advantages because you can mobilize in a concentrated way a lot of resources to reach a specific objective. But I believe that the future is not state capitalism or shareholder capitalism. The future is what I call stakeholder capitalism, which is combined
Bond
with the
villain.
social responsibility.
Yes, full
We's will be
blown
taking over the world. We's is gonna
socialism.
take over the world.
The guy is so evil.
Who is this clown?
You know.
He's unelected. He's not a president of anything. He just, yeah. I mean, who cares what this clown says? These people are to be mocked and laughed at, taken seriously, but mocked and laughed at every turn because they're laughing stocks. And why do you think he and George Soros and Bill Gates, they all pulled out of the WEF? Because it's over. People are done with it. We're not going to be run by a bunch of snob, elitist, billionaire little baby kids who all got together and decided to fly all this, the World Economic Forum, and we're going to control the world, and we're going to say how finances go. It ain't going to happen, folks.
Boy, it's not going to happen. I mean,
We're not putting your chips in us.
right.
We're not eating your bugs.
Mm-mm.
We're not doing any of that shit. We're going to eat steak, and we don't give a damn what you say. You're a loser to us.
Yeah, and we are
F
going
off.
to live
F
free,
off.
and that's the end of the conversation. I mean, that is the end of the conversation. You've got him openly up there talking about China will be a role model in the systemic transformation of the world.
See, China will be the role model of the James Bond movie. We will destroy you with bugs.
You do that too well, Kat. It's so scary. Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
Oh,
It's
no.
ridiculous.
I know, but
He
you do
sounds
that well.
exactly like a cliche of a Bond villain, doesn't
He
he?
is a Bond villain. He is. He is, and he's just as vile. Absolutely, just as vile. There's so many things that they're talking about openly. I mean, and here you got Mr. Potato Head here. Watch World Economic Forum panelist says the U.S. will soon have illegal hate speech laws. That's
Yeah, right.
their next attack.
She said that to the potato Brian Stelter, who got fired for CNN from low ratings because he's fake news, running a
Exactly.
forum at the World Economic Forum on misinformation in the media. Yeah, my God.
That's really where we are. Yes. And there's a lot of things. I mean, when you start talking about these power figures, these power heads, and they were the ones that warned us about COVID, and they were the ones that first started talking about all of this and their alliances. And now they're talking about technology and what's going to happen with that. I mean, they think that our next attack, and I played that video for you, is going to be a global cyber attack. And they're predicting it now in the next 2 years. So
they're
what is
planning
that
it,
telling
is what
you?
mean.
Yes.
Yeah, they're planning it. Just
Yes.
like there's going to be a great pandemic during Trump's thing. Yeah,
Sure.
plandemic.
That's right. So get ready. And Elon Musk actually responded to that. And he started talking about his dish. He was like, okay, here's your answer. This is why you all need Starlink. This is why. This is what is going to save you. And I know a lot of companies that have gone ahead and started investing in that as a result of this stuff. So it may be in our future too, Kat. I'm just saying. We need to protect ourselves and not rely on these commercial industries that can just turn us off on a dime. Can't work that way. You have to have alternatives. These people want complete and total control, and they want to be able to control it with a switch. Not in
That's
my
why they
world.
want you in electric cars. They want to turn them off.
That's right. That's exactly right. That's why they want you to take these pills where they can find out if you've been administered whatever shots and everything else. I mean, they want
They
to
want
know.
no currency. They don't want you to be able to, bury 10 grand in your yard and be able to live on it.
Exactly. That's why they want
They want, if you're not acting right,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you got $100,000 in the bank, you're not acting right, you're not towing the state's line, then they just cut that. That's our money now.
That's right. I mean, it's frightening. So they are predicting this global
Go there and
cyber
scan your
attack.
forehead, getting groceries. Go there, just put your head down, click.
I know. Well,
I mean, they're crazy. I'm never doing that. I'll go out and build a rough cut cabin, and eat deer stew every night, and just live by myself and grow a big beard like Santa Claus, and then that's it.
well,
I'm not doing that though. I can promise you.
Well, I know that, and you're also a really great fisherman. But there are people like me who are city girls that have absolutely no experience in that arena, and we're gonna have to figure it out. I mean,
That's why when the world goes to hell, I'm gonna be the king.
you are King Cat.
Yeah, all the country boys are gonna be kings of the world.
You got that right, because you're a survivalist. I mean, it's true. You have to have these skills in this society. I don't care how electronic or digital our age is. You've got to have a backup plan because this isn't going well for those of us that don't know this side. I mean, I never thought I would see any of this, and yet all of it came true. all of it. But here's the WEF. They're predicting the global cyber attack.
We're here today
And they
to share
are
the findings
very
of the World
serious about
Economic
it.
Forum's
They're talking
Global
about
Security
it like
Outlook
it's the
report
They've already got it planned.
2023. They've accepted
Everyone's
it.
doing it.
This
That's
is a
right.
result
They've
of research in
completely
collaboration with the
accepted
forum's
whole
communities
thing.
and our partner Accenture.
So they've got all of
We've,
these conferences
interviewed
going on
and sought
right
input
now,
from
and
over
they're
300
working on it
executives
so that they
globally.
can
The
control us
most
even
striking
further.
finding
And that's
that we
sad.
found is that 93%.
That's really, really, really sad that people are still buying into this. They are.
And I don't care who you are. I don't care if you say, well, I'm going over there to balance it out, whatever you got to say. You have no business over there if you're an American at that. There's not one American should go to that ridiculous circus.
I can't imagine it. I really cannot unless they're just
And there's no
trying to-
excuses.
You're right. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's the prostitutes that are going to be there. I have
It's
no
the
clue.
$2,500 night hookers, man. They're like, I'm going.
I mean, the demand for prostitutes spike in Davos as the World Economic Forum
They
begins.
all probably got chips in their head, and you just like put your after you're done, you just put your credit card up to the forehead. Boop.
That's how it works. Oh my God.
Send the next girl.
I want a blonde this time.
I want it with my head scanner.
Oh my gosh. I mean, this is insanity. But yes, it is actually happening, and they're already warning about this stuff. The geopolitical instability raises threat of catastrophic cyber attack, and they're speaking out on it because they have everything to do with it, just like everything else. And it makes you really wonder about Ray being there and all of this. I mean, why is Christopher Ray
Joe Manchin's
in
there.
Davos? I
Christy
know.
Sinema.
Everybody, and Kemp, Governor Kemp, who stole the
Yeah.
Georgia elections. Remember all of that? What happened in
I
Georgia?
don't trust that. I don't trust that guy. I hate that guy.
I know it. This is
He's
how
not to be
everybody
trusted.
feels. Exactly. And
He's
there
definitely better than Stacey Abrams, but he's not that much better.
No, he's not. I mean, look at Georgia. Look at what's happened as a result of all of this. I mean, it's so bad. And you've got so many people that have been paying attention for a long time. And so for them, it's kind of like, well, of course, we knew this was coming. Of course it was going to come. Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell people, but you have DC Drano, who I think said it beautifully when he starts talking about it. He says, WEF, the next thing to worry about is a catastrophic cyber shutdown. Government, we are preparing for a catastrophic cyber shutdown. People, it sounds like they're planning a catastrophic cyber shutdown. Media, wacko conspiracy theorists worried about catastrophic cyber shutdown. I mean, this is how it goes. Rinse and repeat over and over and over again. I don't know what it's going to take for people to wake up. I really don't. I don't know what to do for them because they are in the dark completely. That, meanwhile, you've got Joe Biden up there, and he's just making a mess out of everything. I mean, every time he opens his mouth.
Happy birthday, dear Papa. Happy birthday to you. I can't. That's the best one ever. They're still playing it everywhere. It's just like, oh my God, it's embarrassing. He's such an embarrassment to just listen to. Oh God, he's embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, and the cover up is no wonder we've got the WEF saying that it's not going to be countries that are in control like America because they look at Joe
anything
Biden.
Too. Next year, I'm going to cut the deficit by $2 trillion. I'm going to quit spending $4 trillion.
Right.
And everybody whispering,
Oh, he's the creepiest.
I'm going to veto it.
Ew. Can you imagine that guy like breathing on you like that?
Well, he does. He breathes on,
whispering
not
in
me.
your ear. Ew.
I'm like, I'm 58, so I'm 50 years too old for him in the wrong, and a guy. So
I don't think you're his type, Kat. I hate to tell you, but
no,
there are
he's
others
more.
that are.
He's more into sniffing the 9-year-old girls, and when he sees them, oh, look at you, little cutie. God, he's in the middle, like. And another thing about the nuclear war coming tomorrow. Oh, look, a 9-year-old girl, sweetie, come here, kitty, 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 kitty. He can't do it. He can't stop doing it. You come here. I bet you're gonna be a looker when you're 16, pretty thing. You meet me afterwards. Come here, you darling. Right in the middle of like, who does that as a president?
Not a real one. Definitely not a real one. That's a plant. That's not a president.
Ugh.
That is somebody
It's
that has
just-
been put up there so that they can take control of this country. And you're watching it when you're seeing things like the World Economic Forum, and you're watching that.
Did you
play
see when
out.
Jeff Sessions had his like granddaughter up there?
Oh, that
And
was
he knew
that was a
about
horrible thing.
Joe, and Joe tried to like grab her, and he slapped him in the hand. Remember
Yes,
that?
I certainly do. I certainly do. There's so
He's
many
like,
girls.
as soon as he tried to grab her, man, Jeff Sessions slapped him.
I know it. Can
Get
you
your hand off my
imagine?
granddaughter. They all know. His own son. People calls him Pedo Peter.
Mm-hmm.
His own son calls him Pedo Peter.
Jeez, I mean, this is so bad. Well, you've got the biggest cover-up going on now. The DOJ decided against having FBI agents monitor search by Biden's personal lawyers for classified documents.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And here's the thing: does his lawyer have a top secret security clearance? No.
No. And why would you need
it's
your
just-
lawyer there, White House lawyers, to get in there? I mean, this whole thing is it stinks to high heaven. And people that weren't paying attention before and hopped on that train of Donald Trump and Mar-a-Lago and kicking down doors and the FBI arrest him now and all that nonsense that we had to live through. And now all of a sudden you've got this and they're trying to justify how this is any different, but actually when it is different, because it is different. It's not the same thing at all, what we're talking about here. He was vice president. He's got multiple locations where he let these documents out in the open. They were not protected. You've got him totally condemning President Trump. And then while he himself had all of these documents and he's been sharing them with who knows who, his son has been selling access to him. No telling. Now all of a sudden, no, they're trying to come up with explanations for him. And I love that they're grilling this one here. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, she's under fire for lying. Did you or did you not know about the additional 5 pages? CBS News reporters are repeatedly grilling Karine Jean-Pierre about Biden document searches. And they just lie over and over again. It was a disaster. The press conference yesterday was an absolute disaster.
She's terrible with a friendly press, throwing prearranged softball questions at her.
Yes.
Now that she's getting a little slack, she can't even handle that. So can you imagine? Do you remember what the press corps sounded like? They're like, okay, I'm gonna call on you. Yes, boxer or briefs? What does Hunter wear?
Right?
You remember how they screamed at Trump? We go, rah! You couldn't even hear a question, man.
That's true. They would ask Biden, what is your favorite kind of ice cream? And oh, Jen Piskanky, you look so beautiful today. I love your top. That's what you were getting from these hard-hitting investigative journalists that were writing stories for the American people every day. It was all propaganda. It was just part of the whole
They just shuffle
lie.
them out now.
Yeah.
They don't. When they start asking difficult questions, they shuffle the whole press corps out. They do it all every week.
Oh my gosh.
And Joe Biden sitting there smirking, looking like the dude from Poltergeist.
He didn't know what's going on. He really does
He ain't got a
not.
clue.
He has no idea.
It took him. They probably practiced him singing "Happy Birthday" for like a week. And I mean, "Happy Birthday to you" repeat over and over. That's pretty difficult for him. And so they finally got it down. Oh, I just repeat it, the same thing over and over. But boy, they forgot. Hey, you got to remember her name.
Golly, he has no idea. You mean he doesn't even remember his vice president, which is V.D. Harris. I mean, he can't
He calls
even
her
say
president all the time. He calls his wife his daughter, his wife. I mean, it's just.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is embarrassing. Kamala versus Kamala. Listen to this.
That's what I asked Kamala.
I'm asking for your trust and support in 2020 for Kamala and me.
But as Kamala said,
It's not Kamala. It's Kamala.
He still can't get it right.
It's not Kamala. It's Kamala.
I call her VD. I mean, that's it. That's easier for me because the woman has slept her way to the top. Then there are receipts for that. Just ask downtown Willie Brown. He knows. He absolutely knows.
That Biden family, God, they're a bunch of garbage. I swear they're trash. They are.
Why did anyone really expect for this to be anything other than a complete disaster in a clown show? Honestly, anyone? Not this
Did he
group.
sing happy birthday to his own daughter? I mean, he remembered her name.
I don't know.
If he didn't, he'd be like, happy birthday to the girl that I showered inappropriately with until an inappropriate age. And then she ended up being a drug addict, wrote it in her diary. Happy birthday to you.
You should see the things that, I have VD, but I will tell you something. Some of the words that the chat is going through right now are hilarious. I mean, you wouldn't believe some of the things they're coming up with over there. They're having a good time in there. I can see that. So you've got a huge cover up here, and they're not even doing that well. So this is out from the Gateway Pundit. Cover up: Biden tax returns disappear from the campaign website. For years, Hunter claimed he lived at Joe's Delaware home.
This is how they do it, folks. It's not 10%, the big guy. So he pretends to move in, and he's paying $50,000 a month rent to his father, and that's the money he's getting from China and getting from Ukraine and getting from Russia. That's the money. That's how they do it.
Look at that.
It's a $3 million home. It's not it's a $2.5 million home. They don't rent for $50,000 a month, folks. They rent for like $6,000-7,000 a month.
That's right.
So that's how they do it. And so, $50,000 a month, and then, 100,000 in 2 months, it just adds up to millions of dollars if you rent it for a couple of years.
Wow. I mean, the link for Biden's tax return for the 2019 for federal Delaware and Virginia is still active. All the others have been redirected to a Democrat donation page. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris proudly displayed their tax filing. Kamala. Camel. Just think
Kamala.
Camel.
Kamala. God.
That's how she goes.
Kamala.
VD is easier. This is why I say VD is just easier. You know who I'm talking about, right? So they proudly displayed their tax filings on the joebiden.com webpage, and the links to those filings were posted on joebiden.com financial disclosure webpage in July 2019. So the original list are here. They're from 2016, 2017, and 2018. Then all of a sudden, these documents are gone. On July 18th, 2022, joebiden.com financial disclosure and tax returns page was altered. Starting on July 18th, 2022, the joebiden.com webpage linked to a donation page. The Biden tax filings are no longer available for public viewing. Right? Why would they be? I mean, that would just lead us where we need to go. How do you think
they get rich? Look, these people, okay, let's say president is normally a full-time job. It's not for Joe, so you get paid whatever, $400,000 a year. Or, you're a senator, you get $86,000 a year. And then, lo and behold, after 6 years, every one of them's worth $20 million. And the Republicans are just as bad. It's just, you're supposed to be going up there serving the people, and they're going up there serving their damn wallets. And that's it. They come out of there millionaires with all these connections. And, oh, yeah, Senator, hey, man, come here. Hey, yeah, we want you to lobby for this. We want you to lobby for that. Here's a little something back here.
something.
Yeah. Oh, my trip. Drop $20,000 of cash in your pocket. Sorry, buddy. Go to the bathroom. Guy sits up, peas beside you. And it's like, hey, man, look in the urinal next to me. There's a little package over there. That shit's going on.
Cat.
That's how they do it.
Yes, that is. I mean, that's really true. So it shouldn't surprise you at all that Biden removed his tax documents from the campaign website just 3 weeks before FBI raided Mar-a-Lago.
Yep.
What do you think of that noise? That's big stuff right there. They knew. And remember, he got up there and they denied they knew anything about Mar-a-Lago and the raid. No, they knew nothing about any of that. They denied it.
Yeah, he said, how can you be that irresponsible about Trump?
Right? I know. I mean, this truly is this should be calls for impeachment. And Biden has mishandled the top secret documents, and this is not the first incident of that happening. It's happened
They should
before.
impeach him.
Yes, they should.
Over and over and over. They should impeach him at least 4 times. Even, knowing it's not going anywhere, put on the show trial though, like they did for Trump.
That's
if you don't start doing this in return, they're never going to stop. They have to know, if you're going to do this to us, you did it twice, we're doing it 4 times. You do it to us 4 times, we're going to do it to you 8 times. I know it's not good for the country, but neither is this crap they're pulling on us. It's got to stop. You have to teach them a lesson. That's why they need to have a January the 6th committee, no Democrats allowed, like they didn't allow, and Christopher Wray's up there every day. Ray Epps is up there every day. Guess who else needs to be called up there? Call in Eric Swalwell. Subpoena him, have it live, and ask him, did you bang a Chinese spy? Embarrass the shit out. I'm dead serious. Point blank. Did you sleep with a Chinese spy? What did you say to her? What was your pillow talk? I want to see. We need to subpoena your records. Did you give her any secrets while y'all are in the middle of it? How many times did you sleep with her? This is how you embarrass the hell out of them when they don't do it again.
Oh my!
He wants to talk all that shit on Twitter. Put him up there. I would have a congressional hearing. Is it not worth a congressional hearing? We have a guy that was on the arms, the service, whatever committee, and intelligence committee. He's on every committee up there for years. And he's sleeping with a Chinese spy. That's not worth a hearing.
Oh my gosh. And it should be. And yet all he's complaining about is not being on the committees any longer. Every single day. That is what his page consists of. And people are openly making fun of him on social media, saying exactly what you're saying.
I'll just call him out, get him up there. If you don't subpoena him, try to have him arrested like they did the other ones, try to throw him in prison, try to handcuff him like they did Steve Bannon. The same thing. You have to fight this at some point. Well, you can't just say we're taking the high ground. They're going to screw us in the back. No. And we're going to take the high. You have to stop. You have to fight fire with fire sometimes. I don't like it. I don't even believe in it. But but you're backed in a corner. This is how you have to do it to win, and that's it. You have them up there. How many times did you sleep with her? Were you married at the time? Did your wife know about it?
Right.
Yeah. Where did you meet her?
Right.
How many times did you sleep with her? What did you tell her?
And what was going on at that time? And where? And
did
when?
You have her phone number? What did y'all text about? She was a foreign agent, a spy. We need to see your text. We need to see any email you wrote to her. I want it all. And you have it on a big screen up there. Here's your text. Hey, love kitten. You ready to bang some bang tonight? And you do it just like that. You're on a big screen up there. This text messages to her. I'm not kidding.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. I wonder if Fang is at Davos. I mean, that's my big question. Is she there? Yeah. And who does she have an appointment with? Because I mean, that's where they all are anyway. So, wow.
She's a highly effective spy, man. She slept with the mayor and a couple of mayors, all kinds of people.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. It was quite an ordeal.
Trust me, Eric Swalwell, if your goofy ass has a good-looking young woman hitting on you, trust me, it's either 2 things. It's either a Fang China spy or it's Project Veritas, either one. That's the only 2 things you got.
You got that right, Kat. You absolutely do. You are 100% right when it comes to that, because there's no way anybody's going for that guy. Not now, not ever. Oh, man. So the Davos story just keeps getting more and more interesting. But you've got Giuliani, who was also a victim of all of this targeting, right? And he is saying point blank, hey, his property has to be searched for national security purposes. And he's calling on actions to be taken against Biden. You don't just let the stuff go. Hello. I mean, anybody that is going to look the other way at these investigations need to be investigated themselves. And I mean, follow their financials, follow exactly who they've been in contact with, kick down their doors, seize their computers, seize their cell phones, all of their communications. That needs to happen. This needs to be another trial. I mean, come on. You don't do things like this. You know what they did to President Trump.
Hammer them. Mm-hmm. I want to subpoena Nancy Pelosi's every text message and email she did with the Capitol Police the week, 2 weeks before and whatever you call it, the January 6th thing. Do it. Do they come after you like that? They're coming after everybody that knows Trump. They're trying to arrest them.
I know.
Start playing their game against them, and it will stop. It's the only way. That's why when I say you go to the 11 states where it's legal to ballot harvest, and you start now ballot harvesting. You ballot harvest so much in them states, and when it comes, when you're 400,000 up, and they're ready to do their 600,000 plop in the middle of the night, it's just like, okay, I see your 600,000 plop, and I plop 1.3 million on your plop. And then you're like, bam, we win by a landslide. Now, we just please make it. We're going to ballot harvest everywhere. It's just like, that's our new thing. It's all we're going to do. That's right. What Ron McDaniels don't understand.
That's exactly
right. And once you do that, they're going to throw ballot harvesting out.
Mm-hmm. They're not going to have a choice. I mean, we're going to be in the states where it's legal. There are 36 states that permit ballot harvesting. The GOP needs to do better than the Dems. So if we're going to allow it, then we need to get really, really good at it. That's the only way it's going to work.
You have to beat them at their own game, because they're not going to stop until they have the country, and everybody's going to be in camps. I'm telling you, they're not going to be happy.
Exactly. We're going to have to fight with fire. That is it. And that's what we do so well. So, yeah, I mean, the story keeps getting more and more corrosive, because you've got Breitbart that's reporting that the DOJ permitted Biden's personal attorneys to search for classified documents without the FBI. I mean, really?
With no security clearance. Yeah, we don't want the FBI over there. They might find something.
Oh my gosh.
That's not what the FBI is. They don't do Democrats. They're the political arm, the brown shirts for the Democrat Party. Well, they're not going to be over there. It's just, and it's so blatant. It's so two-tiered. It's so obvious what it is. And it's just like the country can't survive it.
No, they can't. They absolutely
And that dang
cannot.
Merrick Garland, not only is he the dumbest AG we ever had, because believe me, this guy's got nothing but a big box of rocks in his head. But he's the most unethical and corrupt AG we've ever had too. He'll just do anything. It doesn't matter. He don't care about the law. He don't care about the appearance of it. He'll just do anything. This guy.
He's a snail. He is an absolute snail. I'm just happy that we're only going to have him for this amount of time, because they wanted him to be on the Supreme Court, as you know, for life. Can you imagine anything?
Well, it wouldn't be any different than all the other liberal Supreme Court. They're just a rubber stamp for socialism.
True. That's all it is.
You ever tried to read Kagan or Sotomayor's, their dissent or their anything they write? They're just as dumb as him. They're complete morons.
Well, instead we got.
Those are the words of Ketanji Brown Jackson, our Supreme Court Justice.
I had to.
Play it again.
I certainly will, because Cat is the way it goes. He's so bad. Wait, where did it go? I lose them. I lose them at times. Hang on a second. Now I lost it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I can't play
That's all right.
When I play it, I have to wait, and then it has to recharge.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
Didn't put you on the spot, but it's funny.
Okay.
Kanjanji, Kamala, Bula. My God. All these gaffes were in like two places that we played too for the last 4 days. There's like two little 20-minute speeches. The whole thing from the beginning to the end is just a one big giant gaffe.
I know. It just keeps going, and it's so bad. We just sit here and go, no. Right when you think it can't get any worse, it gets worse.
You're gonna need F-15s, not AR-15s. so your argument is that we need bigger and badder weapons, not fewer.
I know. I mean, this is why
our government wants to take F-15s and bomb our own citizens. Now we even need bigger weapons.
Well,
I mean, he's making an argument not against banning stuff. He's making an argument for us to have more weapons. That's how dumb he is.
And this is why the World Economic Forum feels like they have every right to take over, because we've got a clown in action over here. We're watching it every single time.
Those are the words of Ketanji Brown Jackson, our Supreme Court Justice.
Ketanji Brown Jackson. Man.
What Catturd wants, Catturd gets, even if it takes a minute.
He couldn't even pronounce John Smith if he tried, much less anybody else.
Well, there is a little bit of news here on Madonna. My goodness. Okay, so we all knew that she's been screwed up for quite some time. I mean, probably her entire life. But Madonna is accused of pornography and child trafficking in southern Africa. So this is a really big deal. You've got the Federation urges the president of Malawi to conduct investigation.
She looks ridiculous.
Isn't she, though? She's really...
Why can't people just grow old now? I don't get it.
I don't either. I mean...
I was, you have your, okay, you go through your young period, then you go through, you're like, hey, I'm looking pretty good in my 20s and 30s, and you're a little older. Now I'm almost 60, I'm looking old, I'm gray. I don't care. I'm not going to, what am I going to try to do, man? Look 20? Well, I don't want to look 20. I'm not 20. I don't want to look 20. And if everybody wants to make themselves feel good and get a little Botox here and a little tuck here, and I get it. But to go to where you're just disfiguring yourself, and and I've never understood the duck lips, ladies. That's got to be for other ladies, because trust me, I don't know any guys that want
the soup coolers.
Like you got two hot dogs, one hot dog on top and one hot dog on the bottom. That ain't sexy. I'm sorry, it's ugly as hell. It's dumb looking, man. God,
it is bad. Yes, the soup coolers are not a look that anybody I know really is striving for, even in Hollywood.
I'm sorry, but the world's biggest soup blowers isn't sexy.
Soup coolers, they get up there, and I don't know how they talk. I don't know how they do anything. I mean, it's almost like when you turn a quarter, be careful of the mouth, because you know what? It make it hung on that side of that corner. I mean, that's really what you have. And
the guys that get Botox, they're I'm not harping on women, because the guys that get all the plastic surgery, they look even worse.
They do.
They really look bad. It's just like, okay, I look in the mirror and I'm like, man, I'm getting some wrinkles. I said, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. You had your time when you was young to be a stud. You had your time to be a princess. You had your time to be.
Well, you can be beautiful as you grow older. There is a way to do it. I mean, you dress your age. You're age appropriate. You look good. You've taken care of yourself. Those are the things that you should be proud of. Now, if you feel like you need a nip and a tuck and whatever, I mean, go ahead too. That's fine. I mean, I don't judge you for that. If you really feel like there are things that bother you. But woof.
A nip. Yeah, don't turn into Michael Jackson when the whole nose is gone, or Madonna, who looks like some kind of, I don't even know, some kind of mannequin from hell.
Oh boy, well, you know
it's just like, and it's all because they're like, I'm gonna try to hold on to my youth, and it's desperate, and it's narcissistic, and it's just God.
They get addicted to it. And,
it's okay. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay to grow old, man. It's all right.
Well, and it loses the whole, okay, I just want a touch up here, to this full blown, all of a sudden they've got duck lips, and you're going, wow, okay.
Nobody knows it like you, because you live downtown
I live
Hollywood.
Right here.
So you live in the plastic surgery duck face.
Yeah. It's true. Everybody looks like a Kardashian.
Capital of the world. The duck lip capital of the world.
Everyone looks like a Kardashian, or whatever look it is that month or that week. I mean, it's flavor of the week, and they all look that way. It's very strange, but they're not. I mean, the funny thing about that is that gets old too, and that's why Hollywood is constantly trying to reinvent itself, because once somebody does it, then it's over. And then you have all these other people that are delayed behind the curve, and then they catch up, and then you've got all of these people that look the same. You can't tell them apart.
They do. They look exactly alike after a while, because they all go to the same 6 plastic surgeons there in Hollywood. So
got it.
They're getting molded into the same people, and it's just like I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
No one does, Kat. Well, this hour has just completely flown by, like it always does. I mean, there's so much to discuss here in the litter box, but tomorrow is our anniversary. Do you know, Kat?
Oh. Happy anniversary. Our first wedding anniversary. Did y'all get married?
It's our anniversary, Kat. 1 year tomorrow.
1 year in the litter box. Man, do we stink. We need to change the litter.
It's about time to change some litter for sure. But yes, it will be 1 year tomorrow. So I hope you all will join us then. It's been so much fun for us. We've started this whole channel from scratch. I mean, we didn't come from YouTube. We weren't doing podcasts like that before over there where we had garnered an audience. We started from zero, and we built it here on Rumble and a few other platforms, and you have all just been absolutely amazing. The Littermates just rock. Thank you so much for all of your support. You're just awesome people, and we just love you. And I have some good news, too, that Fleet Admiral James is out of surgery, and so he is moving right over to the ICU. And so his son just wrote me, and he said everything went as well as it could have. And so they're looking at him. He's got some great kidney function, and the potassium is a little low, but they are working. They are working on him. And so thank you for your prayers. We have some really good news on that front, and I will continue to keep you posted on him because everybody's been asking, and you have all been so gracious. So anyway, if you would like to see any of the stories that we covered on today's show, you can check out the description box and go and check out both of our social media platforms. Kat, is there anything else you would like to add today? I think I just lost him. Okay, so he's out. I'm sure he's doing something really wonderful for our anniversary tomorrow. Anyway, be safe, be kind.